Good morning, everyone. Just me, Jay Hood, hanging out in my barren studio because it's been a super busy summer. How are you guys? How have you been? Hey, I know we promised that by this week we would have a totally rebranded Saturday morning show, and it has just been that busy of a summer, as evidenced by my wall back there. I haven't even had a chance to reset it. I got a chance to tear it down. Haven't had a chance to pull the new books I'm going to put up. So I'm decided what theme I'm going to do. So we've got a few people hanging out for the show. Rob Boswell suggested I do space comics, which I'm really thinking over. I'm not sure I've got 36 covers that are like space centric, but maybe we'll see. Gateway Comics. Good morning, Gateway. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Like I said, we're in the middle of a rebranding, and I've not been able to do some of the stuff I really wanted to do to make the rebranding kind of take off. So I told the guys, let's just take off another week. Let's put another couple of weeks into the rebranding. And traitor. Yeah, these guys hounded me all week. Come on, let's just do a show. And I was like, we got to do it right, guys. So, here on the J Hood channel, we always do it right. Gateway Comics, you should get the Orville books. Yeah, the Orville. The space covers would be appropriate. So, C. Woodard, fellow Hoosier, how are you doing this morning, C. Wood? Thanks for coming and hanging out. Awkward sip of coffee. It would be even more awkward if I would have choked on that. He hates Orville. I love the Orville. I've got issues with the Orville. No, I don't. I've got issues with the producers behind the Orville because I would really love to make an Orville model kit, and they made it difficult to do. Gorvidal. He's mad because I told him we couldn't do a show this week. I said, I'm going to do it all myself. I'm taking over. It's all about me. No, I know that the reason you guys come every week is for my co-hosts. I'm the boring guy, like the banner. Let's see, where's my branding? Take a look at this. Come on, where is it? This banner or the thumbnail I put up. That's us. You got the old crotchety guy. You got the black version, and then you've got the young buck with all the energy. That's how we roll. We are the Lokis. I guess we'll count Bailey, my daughter, as the Loki alligator. I don't know. Any segment without you, Al, is going to be lame. Lame is my game. Anyway, let's get into this haul. So I've got a stack of books. I went to a show last week, and I've been really debating whether to show off a big super key I got. And I was going to save it for my top 50 video that I never got around to doing. So I'm just going to make the executive decision, and I'm going to reveal it on this show this morning. Good morning, Geek Aficionado. Geek out of Chicago, which is a mere 200 miles away from us. First book. This book might not look familiar at all to anyone, but it's brand new. It's about an inch thick, and it's called The Comely Widow. And the subhead below that is The Crimes of Serial Killer Belle Gunness. This is done by a local artist and writer here in our general neck of the woods, and it's about a female serial killer in Indiana. That's her right there with the unfortunate placement of the meat grinder handle. But Geek Aficionado, we're close to Notre Dame. I don't want to give any more specifics than that. So this book is rendered in a kind of old school cartoony style. He's done a real great job with keeping it consistent throughout. And he's got, I mean, this is based on a true story. So he's got all of his reference notes, everything is right in there. The meat grinder. So you can pick up The Comely Widow on Amazon. And if you're ever in the Midwest, the guy's name that wrote it is John Thompson. You might see him at a show, selling his wares. But I haven't been able to start reading it yet, but it's a good mix of, I love comics, I love true crime, so I can't wait to get into it. I hope not. Hope not what? Next book I picked up. So I usually don't show off the new books that I buy, and this was picked up as a back issue because I bought a second copy. If there's one title that I'm going to go in on and start buying variant covers and second printings and all that jazz, store covers, I think it might be this. I read the first issue, fell in love with it. I need to reread it because there are things that I'm not picking up on. Gateway Comics, he loves it. I like what they're doing with the subsequent printings where they're kind of degrading the look of the book. The cover's going to have like each issue or each subsequent printing is going to be this artwork with like, color breaks and stuff like that. Stuff that I can't stand in my comics. But each issue gets worse and worse. It's going to get to the point where to the 5th and 6th printings, and there's going to be like nothing left of the cover. I'm along for the ride to find out what happens. Gore Vidal says, at a new shop that opened down the street, I've been introduced twice as a reader to new customers who collect but don't read comics. One couldn't understand why I bought comics just to read them. Man, it's a tragedy. I love comics for all the reasons. I love the stories, love the art. I like the fact that it's collectible. What up? You need anything?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Father's Day came and went. I was deemed the rad dad by my girls.
You already have 5 viewers.
Oh, I got 5 viewers. I gotta get more viewers. There's 6 now. Are you gonna hang out?
Yeah.
All right. So I mentioned before there's a show that travels around. It's a hotel show, travels around and comes around about once every 3 or 4 months. I haven't been able to go through the whole COVID thing, and finally they had one last week and I went. And so most of this is the haul I picked up from there. And yeah, thanks for pointing out the obvious there. It's a little early. Gore Vidal says, good morning, Bailey. See this guy right here? This Gore Vidal, he says, good morning. You can wave and say hi. How about we get you on screen a little bit more? There we go. She didn't want to hug. She wanted to get your number. All right. So the main dealer at the show that I went to is Bargain Comics. Usually I go in for the 50 comics for $20. I'd spent most of my money by the time I got to them, so I only spent $10 for 20 comics. So I got a bunch of run fillers from the Jeff Johns Green Lantern run. Of the early comics, I was particularly missing these two. I think I've got everything from 1 through maybe Sinestro Corps War or something like that.
Daddy?
Yes.
How did you spend $10 on 20 comics?
That's the price I paid. He was making a super great deal.
Wait, did it come in one pack?
Nope, I got to pick the ones I wanted. He said, if you pick 20 comics, I'll sell them to you for $10. That's 50 cents a comic. It's cheap. Rob Boswell's waving. Hi, Bailey. So the other run I'm starting to fill in is the Green Lantern Corps from that same era, focusing on Guy Gardner and Kellogg. Even got a second print in there. We lost a viewer. It's all your fault.
It's your fault.
If you guys don't know, I mean, this run, I've got the trades of the Green Lantern Corps War, but it's pretty epic. If you're a Green Lantern fan at all, this run by Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns was writing the Green Lantern book. Dave Gibbons and Patrick Gleason were writing the Green Lantern Corps. What do you got? What do you need?
Show them the back of it.
Show them the back of that one?
Yeah. If you get this one, you get that.
You get that. That's a bonus back cover.
And I really want to look at it.
Okay, go ahead. It cost me 50 cents. Just don't tear it.
Okay.
All right, another big run I've been working on. X-Force and X-Static, or X-Statics, I think they might have been called, where at the end of the X-Force run, they switched it over to this new team with Peter Milligan writing and Michael Allred doing the art. And so at a certain point, they decided they're going to cancel X-Force and rename it X-Statics, but it's the same team, same creative team. Really good, quirky comics. This would have been published back during the era when Grant Morrison was on the X-Men, I believe. And it's totally unrelated. It's totally its own thing. Very little crossover with the regular X books. If you're looking for just something different to read, hunt down that run. I mean, you can find the whole run. I've built the whole run almost. I'm missing like 5 issues. I built the whole run out of $50 bins.
Daddy.
What's that?
You should do on this side so you don't cover my face.
Oh, I should put them over here? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to have to remind me.
He's blocking my face.
Don't block the girl's face. Yeah, C. Wood knows. Some of those Green Lantern runs are some of the best. Geek Fish Now says, I read the Core Digital, and that Blackest Night story was incredible. Yeah, I think that for me, that was a high watermark. At that point, I was collecting the comics monthly. Because that was maybe one of the last great events I've seen that I really enjoyed. Tony Beddard had a decent run on New Guardians as well. And yeah, I saw a few of those in the dollar bins, but I wasn't quite sure what it was, so I didn't pick those up. But I might see them. Allred's Madman, yeah, that's where he kind of built his reputation. Gateway Comics is collecting the Blackest Night books. Cool. Geek Aficionado didn't like the X-Force and X-Stacks run. There was no explanation to it. It just started. The characters that were part of X-Force carried on in the other book. So it's not that they went away. They just weren't shown in that. You're right, though. I mean, they could have just canceled X-Force and started something brand new. Speaking of something brand new, here's something new based on old stuff. Future Quest. I'm sure Al dug this series. I missed it. I missed the first issue, and if I miss the first issue and can't get it, I just usually go back and hunt it in back issues or
show the back.
Or buy the trade. Oh, I'm supposed to be showing over here. New Adventures of Gilligan. Oh, that's cool. One day it's the regular crew, then it wasn't. Yeah, I get it.
You don't really need to show them the back.
Space Ghost. All right.
If you want to, you can show the back on that one. It's cool. It's cool.
I can show the back of this one. I'll show the back of this one first.
It had the motorcycle.
It does.
That's what I want when I'm older.
Okay. So this is getting into other dealers at the show. So I picked up. I never bought the Avengers Disassembled storyline, and I've been buying it in 50-cent and dollar bins. So I had the first part and the last part. What? Oh, I got to show it on the side. I bought the first part and the last part. And so I bought the meat in the middle, the second part, the third part, and the fourth part because I didn't recognize that I already had it. I'll show the back of this one.
Yeah.
Boom. G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe's coming, Bobbies.
Gore Vidal says Jeff Johns may be the best mainstream comic book writer from 2000s. Tend to agree. I mean, most consistent for sure. Green Lantern, Flash, Justice Society, Hawkman, and others. Amazing output indeed for the body of work during that era. It was hard to beat. Read the indicia of which, I'm guessing, the Future Quest. Going and ask me to do things without having my glasses on. Hey, don't make a mess of things. I'll read the indicia another day. Ben Compton, thanks for joining us, Ben. Geek's on board with Gore's comment. Right. Disassembled pretty much set off everything that was to follow for pretty much up until a few years ago in the Marvel Universe. And of course, that helped shape what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is all about. Disassembled was definitely worth reading. A lot of great stories stemming from the start of that run, indeed. I can always count on you. All right. So I picked up a couple comics that okay. I took Victor to a comic shop a while back, and that's where I built most of my Green Lantern run, the Jeff Johns Green Lantern run. I got like 18 of the first 20 issues out of a dollar box at this dealer, and I wasn't kind enough to say, "Hey, Victor, these cheap comics are great. You should buy them." And I bought them myself. So this time I was cognizant of the fact that I was running into things worth having. What?
Oh man,
we had 6 viewers, then we had 5. It's all your fault.
What is it?
So yeah, so I just took the comics and left them there. So this time at this show, I was like, when I run into good stuff, I'm just gonna pick it up and make sure my good friend Victor gets it. So don't peek ahead. You're cheating.
I was just seeing.
So
what
in the dollar bins or those 50-cent bins, I got the Art Adams John Byrne written Action Comics annual. It's pretty cool. Those of you that have been around a while know what this is. And then
show me the back of the Superman.
Back at the Superman. That Dungeons and Dragons. Guys taking a rest. And then I got him just this random issue of Daredevil with art from John Romita Jr. This is during the Acts of Vengeance storyline. That was pretty cool. That was a big Marvel crossover where Marvel mixed up all of the villains. And then I'm going to give him this issue of Avengers Disassembled since I already had it. So mysterious hands come and take books away. You didn't get your hand in the frame. So what else did I get? I got this issue of Adventure Comics where Supergirl changes her outfit. Which outfit is she going to choose? Spoilers. She changes her outfit like every issue after that. Love waking up early for this. I twisted your arm. Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans run. This is issue number 16. I've been going back and getting a lot of these Nick Hardy drawn Teen Titans issues recently. So pick that up for maybe a $5. Of these kind of Silver Age books, this is the mid-grade. It's dirty. Acceptable.
What is It's called Superboy.
Superboy.
Why is it called
Because it's the stories of Superman when he was a boy. Or, I'm sorry, when he was a teen. They used to say when he was a boy, but then he became a teenager. This is one of the more iconic Neal Adams Superboy covers, so pick that up for a $5. I sent a copy of this to Metarog. I had it as one of my autographed books. So I included that in a gift pack for him. So I just needed to replace this copy. But the interesting thing about this dealer is check out how he's bagging or how he's boarding. He's putting the board in the centerfold of the book, which I just thought, why don't we put this board in the center of the book? Wouldn't that make more sense? But somebody finally did it. My sister asked me this. Is Starfire black in the comics? No, she's orange.
Daddy.
Right, there you go.
Daddy, look at
Geek answer. What? Oh, wow. It's all because of you.
Yeah.
Since 2000, Supergirl has gone through at least 3 different outfits. Poor Kara, she's not even on Project Runway. I don't know what it is about. I mean, for a character that otherwise would have no appeal to me, I kind of like Supergirl. I just kind of do.
I like Wonder Woman.
They're doing that new storyline written by Tom King. I was like, oh, they're putting some effort into Supergirl again. And then it's like, written by Tom King. And I was like, dang.
Daddy, can I say something?
What do you got to say?
Tell us our favorite superheroes or superhero in the comments.
She shouted you out. You guys got homework. Give us the name of your favorite superhero in the comments. Let's hear them. One of my favorite superheroes is The Thing. So I picked up this crispy looking copy of Fantastic Four 159.
My favorite superheroes are Batman, Wonder Woman, and The Thing.
Batman, Wonder Woman, and The Thing. She shouts it proud. Geek Aficionado says his favorite is Havoc. Al likes the Captain Marvel version of Shazam, or the Shazam version of Captain Marvel, I should say. He's, for us old school guys, he'll always be Captain Marvel. I'll reveal my favorites in just a second, all right? So I found this dealer. I thought he was sleeping on these for the price he was paying. Then I got him home, and I'm like, they're mid-grade, so he's probably about right. But I'm lucky to have him because I'm perfectly happy with mid-grade copies of Avengers 185 and 186. Get them both on screen. Nice. So these I guess have, they focus on Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and their heritage. So I was keeping an eye out for them and found them at a great price. Decent copies, good enough for me. Perfectly happy.
Daddy, we have
Nice.
We used to have 10 viewers.
Gore Vidal likes your choices of superheroes. Don't let me keep you up. So my all-time favorite superhero is that this was the find of the show for me, especially the price. I would have liked to have had a nicer copy.
No, we have 8 viewers.
This is Batman 234. And it used to be owned by, see if we'll focus there, Lynn, who appears to have ladies' handwriting. So it's a mid-grade. The staples are solid. The edges were mostly intact. Some like light color breaking creases, but nothing super major. So I was definitely happy to bring that home at the price I got. I hazard a guess. I got it on a 75% discount from what it goes for on eBay.
Daddy, look at the viewers.
Nice.
8 viewers.
Gateway Comics like Robin. Geek likes that Batman pickup. So does Gore Vidal. The first modern Two-Face, yeah. It's one of those books that I've been keeping an eye out for on eBay, and I've foolishly missed one that was like super nice and super inexpensive. It was mispriced by somebody, and like the minute I went to go and pull the trigger, it was gone. So I've lived in regret since then, but now I have this copy that I'm perfectly happy with. And now this is a book I was going to save for my top 50, but I never did a top 50 video. I still might, and this book will show up in it if I do. This is now my the
Yes.
most expensive book I've ever shelled out for. She's doing the happy dance for
9 viewers.
9 viewers, and
X-Men.
this copy of X-Men number 94. So it's going to have a little bit of that Mylar magic, but you can see that it's got some color breaks. Staples are definitely intact. The edges are fine. Not a flawless book, but at the price I was able to get it at, it's one of those things where I wasn't necessarily purposely like hunting for this book. It wasn't a target when I got it, but an opportunity came around at the right price, and I had the money in the PayPal account and said, you know, if I'm ever going to own this book, it's the price was a little bit more than I thought I'd ever pay for it, but not by much. So I just pulled the trigger, and now it's part of the PC X-Men number 94. Geek likes that he's got a second copy. So glad my Saturday isn't ruined by being forced to see what Alan Shelf. Gateway Comics likes the Flash. And Geek Aficionado comes back and says, next best thing to GSX1. Yeah, it's kind of the runner-up.
Okay. I'm going to say.
Family stuff. Anyway, so the gag was going to be that Victor, he's sitting right there. And Al's been backstage all the time, but he got pissed and left.
Did he?
Yeah. So Al, if you're still watching, please come back. We've got 8 viewers that are waiting to see your shining face.
And to hear your hot, low-key take.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Loki and any other fun stuff. You can come back around. Let Victor have a seat. We were going to have a reunion show today.
It's the Peaches and Herb show. Reunited, and it feels so good.
And then Bailey came in and crashed the party. The kids still dancing. Crashed the party and got us, grew our audience.
She is prettier than I am, so
She is.
it helps.
For a long time through the 80s, 90s, X-Men 94 was jewel over GSX1. I've lived through those years where they were neck and neck. Like you could buy both of them from Mile High for $60 each, your choice.
Oh, yeah.
Rob Boswell, he gets it. It would be really cool if I could pop Al on, and he is like, he's not even in the chat anymore.
He gone.
He gone. Bailey got the boot.
No, 7.
Well, there's a country song. I gave her something, and I got the boot.
No doubt. So what you been up to, Victor?
Nothing much, really.
Been reading anything?
Yeah, I've been reading my books. It's been enlightening.
Yeah.
You know, the strange Academy books. I mean, I don't know what I was waiting for so long. Those books are amazing.
So I was picking on Victor because he sold me his first issue and a handful of the early ones. I was like, I thought you liked these. And he said, oh, I do. I'm like, well, you're supposed to keep the ones you like, and now you had to go back and kind of
Yeah, well, I was like, I don't, first printing means nothing to me. Second and third printings are just as good until I saw how much that first printing was worth. But I love Jamie anyway.
It's a tap back for that, Black Panther #2.
Oh yeah, but no, I really enjoyed those books. And I started reading The Last Witch, and I liked it. I enjoy it.
Here.
I have a problem with the letter. Good morning, Gore. I meant to look that up. The person that does the lettering for it, I'm like, when does one word begin? One word. I mean, I never knew that the lettering made such a difference. Mm. And then they have words in there that I guess they're Irish words like calyx and things like that. That I'm like, hey, it wouldn't kill y'all to throw a little pronunciation thing after the first time. You have to do it every time. Mm-hmm. So I can know how to say these words instead of having to look them up on Wikipedia and YouTube and Google them.
Yeah, well, if you go to Google Translate and you show your phone over it, it will tell you what it says.
Oh, I just typed the word in. But that's been the frustrating part because there's just a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, well, what is this? What is that? It was an Enoch or something. I'm like, why can't you just say the beginning of the spring party? But
see if I can get Al back.
But I've been enjoying that, and last night. And this is a borderline comic book thing since there are comic book characters in it. I watch Space Jam.
Oh yeah,
I love Space Jam.
Daddy, look at the viewers.
I mean,
we've lost 4 viewers.
Being a Chicago guy myself, I can't enjoy it that much, but I enjoyed it. Okay, so I spent 3 years in Chicago. Does that count?
No, you're a St. Louis guy.
St. Louis to the bone.
Come back, people.
So Gore Vidal, going back to his favorite comic or his favorite characters, torn between Daredevil and Phantomus for favorite character. Daredevil's love life is a mess, but dated Natasha and Elektra, while Phantomus, I don't know who that is, dated Bridget Bardot, Linda Carter, Carla Cardinale, and Bo Derek.
5 viewers.
I know that person is somebody I envy or idolize, but I don't know who that is. But I remember all those people.
Daddy, we've lost 5 viewers.
She got the gold mine, I got the shaft. That's it. Thank you, Geek.
Yeah,
thank you.
One more viewer.
I love country music lyrics. They're brilliant. Brilliant. Like living life with you makes oh man, I forgot the minimum wage lyrics again.
Yes.
But ain't nothing the beer can't fix. Beer never broke my heart. Genius at work.
Okay, so this defines if you're a Chicago guy or not. Do you put ketchup on hot dogs?
Almost had me cussing in front of this little girl here.
So that's a no?
No. I mean, I like a little mustard, giardiniera, pickle on the side. Then you gotta put the French fries, you gotta roll it up in the bag together, Yeah, good times. Oh. Good times. But
it's still throwing me off that Al's not back. I feel so OCD. I'm like, he's got to come back. He's got to come back.
I'll come back.
So you mentioned Space Jam. I was like, yeah, we're going to talk about something else that was on TV, like Loki with Al, but he's not here. So, what else was I going to say?
Well, okay.
I got nothing.
Oh, talk about nice house in the lake.
Oh yeah, it's a nice house. It's a spooky house.
It's
deep. It's got layers, and I'm interested to see where it goes.
Look, I don't normally say this, but if you haven't picked up book 1, book 2 just came out. Get them. The first one, it was so intriguing. I mean, and you have to do a lot of reading and rereading because there's a lot of stuff that happens and you don't know what's going on. And that's the thing that's a little confusing. but you know something's going to happen. So like when they mention the character and they throw their resume out there, you're going to reread it. And you're like, okay, I'll relate to this person. How? Okay, but it's really interesting.
I need to reread it myself, like I said, just because there's so much in it. Aliens have absconded with Alan, and that's what happened.
Oh, well, they'll be returning him shortly.
Oh man. So, okay, he's
Black Widow. Have you seen Black Widow yet?
I have not seen Black Widow.
Yeah, me neither.
Look, he's not asleep after all.
Look at how fresh. You didn't take a shower?
I did. I went. Instead of taking a shower, I went and instead of sleeping, I went into my bathroom.
Oh, tell me the rest of the story.
Yeah. Well, after your great 30-minute thing, I was just like, sorry, man. Well, you dared me. You were like, well, don't let me keep you sleeping. I'm like, well, he's got this. I think Bailey was doing a way better job.
She had us up at 10 viewers at one time. And then
yeah,
we pushed her to the sideline and we're down to 6.
Yeah, well, I was one of those viewers because I had to watch on YouTube. Camera. Gee whiz, man.
That's what you better.
You were going crazy. I was just like, this dude, he's got the show. I don't need to be here. I don't need it. No, I don't need to be here. It's his show. Him and Bailey are. I think she needs her own show, but.
So, did you got any recent pickups?
Toys. Well, I've been picking up the. Why is this where we're at? I don't know.
Well, usually we do your pickups first thing off the bat. So.
Okay, so comic book wise, I've been getting the better rate of Bill.
You've been enjoying that?
I like the artwork. The story is kind of like okay. It's basically what it is since Thor took his hammer, the Stormbreaker, took away his hammer. He's felt like a second class citizen. Okay, and now he's looking for another weapon, a magical weapon that makes him feel like a better Ray Bill, as one needs. Everybody needs to feel like a better Ray Bill. So, anyways, he goes and he's right now. I think spoiler alert. He's after Surtur's giant flaming sword, and so I don't know. We'll see. They turned his ship into like a sexy C-3PO, and we'll see if that's how you get it. Anyways, pickup wise, let's get into toy addiction. Okay, my toy addiction didn't really get me too much in the past couple of weeks. Here and there, I grab stuff. I do pick up the sodas. Any chance? They're getting harder to find at the local comic shop, man.
Really?
Oh man!
I just assumed they put them in a box for you whenever they came in.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal: the ones I want are hard to find. The ones they got, I don't want. Like the Lucha Marvel superhero guys. Now, I love Lucha Libre. I love pro wrestling. Okay. What? Anyway, I said sword, not giant flaming. What? Anyways. Haley's in the house. I'm not gonna say anything else. I love wrestling Lucha Libre. These masks that they designed for these Marvel superhero Lucha Libre are the boringest masks I've ever seen. Just like, hey, let's take this old Mil Mascaras, or not even Mil Mascaras, he had an exciting mask, El Santo looking mask, and just make them the colors of the superheroes. Those are boring. They're basic. It's like Jamie reading statistics.
Wait a second. Let me get this straight. Are you saying our LCS carries these luchador pops, but they don't carry the New Day comic book?
The New Day comic book. Was that even out?
Yeah.
You probably have to order that. They'll carry anything you order.
I mean, it's about boom. I was kind of upset. I'm like, well, y'all ain't got this?
When did that comic book come out?
It came out. The first one came out a couple weeks ago.
Probably not enough orders. If no one orders that stuff, they got too much space for variants, man. Listen, they don't prune variants. They house variants everywhere. So it's a cover thing. You got to be, if you want a variant cover of Batman doing 50 push-ups on the back of the Scooby-Doo van, they have it.
It's the
Good
new
for
day.
them.
I totally don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Tag team wrestling champions.
They're pro
Okay.
wrestlers.
They got some cereal called Bootios.
Yeah.
I would eat Bootios.
You heard it here first, folks. Anyway, to my hauls, my toy addiction. Okay, so I got the sodas, and I got the All Might from My Hero Academia. It's All Might.
I love
But I
My
didn't
Hero
get the
Academia.
chase. I did not get the chase. Okay. And then I got the Energizer Bunny. Pretty cool. All right. Not the chase. I have not gotten the chase because they're getting like only from their dealers or whatever. They're not giving them the premium stuff and they're just giving them one or two things. Okay. So I only get scraps. I have to pick from what they got. I'm not getting my chase. I'm the chase magnet. And to prove it, I recently went in there and they had Danger Mouse, okay? They got Danger Mouse. See Danger Mouse?
Yes.
Good old classic. I guess it's 40 years of Danger Mouse, ladies and gentlemen. So get on celebrating Danger Mouse. All right? So being the chase magnet I am, I opened it up. I didn't get the basic B Danger Mouse. I got the chase variant Danger Mouse. That's evil Danger Mouse.
And you didn't want that. That's the one chase you didn't want, right?
Well, no, I wanted it, but it makes it easier because now I can just go buy another Danger Mouse and it most likely be the basic Danger Mouse. So, good on me because I'm a chase magnet, baby. Some of the other chases I've gotten, like the Turtles villain, what is this, Bebop or Rocksteady?
Bebop.
Okay, so look at that beautiful color there. It's all nice and bright and blue. The harder chases to get are the ones that are, it's like made for Comic-Con exclusives and stuff, like WonderCon or New York Con. I got the Hootie or Woodsy or whatever his name was, but it's not
Woodsy
the
Owl.
Mm-hmm. They're just cool. I just dig them. I seem to got a whole bunch that my local comic shop hasn't gotten in there. They got Batmite. Everybody knows I love Batmite. Super Chicken. And coming up, they got Zan and Jaina, the Wonder Twins. But no Gleek. Okay? No Gleek. Just Zan and Jaina.
Would he be like a chase or anything? Like, I guess the chases are just repaints of the sculpts, right?
Yeah, sometimes they're a whole new move, like a new arm and stuff. Like I got the Beetlejuice chase, and he's holding the ring, and he's in a different suit and everything. So they'll like do whole new sculpts, and then that's it. You're only getting like 2,000 of these, or 1,000 out of 5,000. It's ridiculous. Okay, so also I got my G.I. Joe fix on. I found a Cobra Trooper.
That's pretty cool.
Cobra Trooper. And then I also picked up a Zartan. Never opening these things. Look at that. Zartan. He's even got the Jesus face. They gave him a little, what is that, a Van Dyke or whatever. Man. He used to have the whole beard. And we'd put it on and we'd be like, it's Jesus Zartan.
So what's the price point on those?
Oh, these are probably about $25, $19 to $25. It depends on where you go. If you get them at Target, they're probably $20, which are hard to find. If you go to Target, they have exclusives that I'll never find. Major Blood, Firefly. I think they have a Beachhead that's out that you can't find. I blame everybody else.
Firefly, they have just the whole cast or just Mal or what? For Firefly, they have the whole cast or what?
The Cobra character, not the lame TV show. Not the lame.
It's so close to being right. So close.
Unbelievable. I'd never buy it. I would never buy anything related to that TV show. Sorry.
All right, so let's talk about the Loki TV show.
Oh
Oh,
man,
that's a great segue.
The Good, the Bad, the Loki. Was that not great? I mean, the way they made him look like a Simpsons character and everything. He got banished to Springfield. We're not talking about the Simpsons short.
I haven't even seen the Simpsons short.
So Disney Plus, The Good, the Bad, the Loki.
I'll have to check that out.
Anyways, the Loki TV show on Disney Plus. That
I was supposed to watch that one.
Six
Oh,
episodes.
you got your homework mixed up.
Yeah, okay, so put your earmuffs on so you can't hear us spoil it for you.
Oh yeah, spoilers for the Loki TV show.
If you haven't watched it, that's your fault.
You're gonna lose 4 more viewers, but that's okay.
-4. We'll have -4 viewers. -8, actually. All right, well, first off, let me delve into the scene. I've seen Black Widow. I went to the theaters and seen Black Widow. Okay.
I have not. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So you can talk about it, but no spoilers.
Did you go to Cinemark?
No, I went to the this one by me.
Okay.
I tell you what, no spoilers. How do you not spoil it when everybody's seen Endgame already? She dies in that show, so you know what happens at the end of this, right?
Do we?
Did you not see the end of Loki? I mean, just branching out. Who knows what can happen now?
There we go.
All right.
Okay, so
anyways, the end of Loki. Or Loki, what'd you think? What was your grand scheme on Loki?
my overall big picture opinion of it was I definitely loved it more than the other 2 Marvel streaming shows we've gotten so far. My only real nitpick about it is I wish they would have said that the villain at the end was Kang, that they would have mentioned him by name, so I didn't have to go out on the internet and figure out, okay, who are they talking to?
Oh, that black guy was Kang?
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't Kang. That was the He Who Remains.
Who is he who remains? Where we seeing
Nathaniel Richards. Kang is the name of one of the variants. Then you got Immortus, the Scarlet Centurion. You got Pharaoh.
So he was the Nathaniel Richards version. So
yeah, well, they're all in. It's like, hey, I'm Coach Vic, and then I go over here, and then I'm Coach Al.
So if we pick, if
in the movie, in the TV show, they're just keeping it easy and calling him Kang, but he's got a different name or something. Right. I'm sure that's what they're doing.
Good morning, Second Street Marvel. Thanks for joining us.
I will tell you one thing about the ending, though. It just goes to prove that, revenge really isn't all it's cracked up to be. I mean, she got her revenge, and she's just like, now what?
Mm-hmm.
And when you say he's the bad guy, he's not the bad guy per se. It's how you perceive it, He's not really a bad guy. I think he was a little over. I thought the actor was. Let's go from the beginning. Okay. All right. The show itself starts off, and you can tell they're like world building. They're doing a lot of world building, and then it just gets into like, oh, we got to tell her. So we only got 6 episodes, right? So we gotta make them fall in love, and then we gotta introduce the alternate reality or the end of time thing, and then the very last episode is like just complete exposition dump. I mean, there's 2 episodes like that. There's the one where they're running around trying to get off that one place, and then the last one, which was, you could tell, I do believe they changed the ending. They weren't going to have him. They were going to just have Miss Minutes for a long time, which, thank goodness, because after the Mephisto fiasco from WandaVision, they're not just like, hey, we got this villain. No, you don't like this ending? Because people get to, the internet. We're negative. So we're just like, hey, I didn't like that. So this is dumb. This is stupid. and I'm trying to be positive on this. I liked all 3 shows. I liked WandaVision, Captain America, and I love Loki. Okay, and I think the reason why you like it more is probably because you like the character better, or at least the actor playing the character better, and then everybody they brought in are more likable than even though I like Anthony Mackie, I think he carries that show, and when Sebastian Stan is just a sourpuss anyways, if you ever watch him on any interview, he's more exciting. He's not a Mr. Excitement where he's just, what are you doing? Where, this felt more like Loki felt more like a kid-friendly version of Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, they're in Space Jam.
Okay. I don't care.
Have Space Jam references every episode.
Space Jam. Anyways.
So are we supposed to be creeped out by the fact that Loki is falling in love with himself?
No, because I feel it's like because it's all him, right? It's like you should love yourself. It's what it is. It's like you should forgive certain parts of yourself, and it's more a psychological adventure than that's physically, he's falling in love with himself. And then
as long as he doesn't fall in love with the alligator version of himself.
Yeah.
I mean, the alligator was.
If you went to a different timeline and there was a female version of you would just be like,
Shazam.
You wouldn't be like, all right.
Well, okay, so
I'm already in love with myself anyway.
Of the 3 of us, I'm the only one that can offer this perspective of I've got a little 9-year-old version of myself walking around here.
I was wondering where you're going with this.
That's different. That's different. You're making it really creepy. Okay? That's making it really creepy.
Yeah, we probably should just move on.
Yeah, you're making it.
Well, I love her.
I'm going to leave again.
In love with her.
You can't have a conversation with her either.
I had a conversation last night. We're
Well,
talking about
Well, back to the show. The big thing I'm thinking about is at the end when Kang, we'll just call him Kang or Immortus. So now he's he who remains. When he calls her a murderer, calls Sylvia a murderer, and I'm thinking, is he talking about just what she's done, or is that because that's why she was? I think because there's gonna be another season. I think what's gonna happen there is we're gonna find out why she was pruned. Besides, the fact that he was trying to manipulate them into where they were at.
Well, that's a good question for you. Was she a murderer because she was pruned, or was she pruned because she was to become a murderer?
I think when she asked about Loki's mom, when they first met, I was like, what was she like? I think she killed her. I think that's what happened. And she probably killed a bunch of people and then was sitting there playing with her Valkyrie toys and doing that. Everybody else thinks, oh, she was gonna, I think it's something like that. I think it's gonna be some game changer that in the second season it's gonna really just there's not gonna be any more Loki love. She's gonna be the end up being a heel, a big heel. So I dug the show. I don't care about if there was every show, not Loki, just Loki, has the filler episodes, has the exposition dumps, and
They seem to really like to do that in these Marvel movies, though. The last episode, give people a long speech so that they can wrap everything up in 55 minutes.
Yeah, because they can't reveal anything like that in the next to the last episode. Because you got to have the big dramatic cliffhanger.
Yeah, a problem I got. I like the actor. Never seen him before. I know he's on an Amazon Prime show, the Cthulhu or the Lovecraft stuff.
Lovecraft
I didn't know. Is it? Okay, thank you for clearing that up. Anyways, I'll stop talking. No, I think he was a little too over the top with his like, ooh, hey, I'm just like, this Al Pacino in here, man.
So
kind of doing.
But I wonder if he was like that, so you can totally distinguish him from the next one we see.
I'm sure. The next one's gonna be stoic or something. Here's my big question: is Kang gonna have his blue helmet or his blue face with the purple helmet?
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of in these movies. They're kind of by not sticking, more closely to the original designs. They're making them so they, nobody has a real. Nobody has a color shift as far as like skin and stuff like that. For take Taskmaster for instance. I think part of the reason we like the design of that character in the comics so well is because you can see his eyes, and of course they put goggles on the person in the movie. Good morning, Varangian Vigilante. Good to see you all the way from Germany, not Germany, Austria. I was talking a little bit about Loki.
Well, I have a question here, because this is all right. So the end of time was the name of the place is the end of time, right? Or where were they when they got zapped? Where all the Lokis
At
were?
the end of time. Yeah.
It seems like whenever you got hit with that taser, that's where you ended up. How come there weren't more people there, or a different group of people there?
Alagoth or whatever would eat them.
Yeah, Eliath or whatever.
Eliath, yeah, whatever they are.
So the only people that survived it were the Lokis and Morbius.
They had other people,
Morbius?
but like they didn't show.
Throg survived too.
Who's that?
You didn't see Throg?
Throg.
The Thor frog.
Oh yeah, he was in a jar.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like if you blink,
He
you miss
ain't
it.
watching that. He ain't watching that. He ain't watching
So,
that.
I mean,
So the only people to survive the thingamabob were Lokis and Mobius.
well, the only ones we saw. There might be other people.
Well, they
hanging out.
did say that Loki's always survived because they said that. They set that up throughout the show. So that was kind of a hint, like.
I think that for me,
I thought the old Loki, I would have been happy with him being the main bad guy too, but
yeah,
he'll be back.
I think one of the possibilities for who the big bad or the person behind all the stuff would have been just another version of Loki. I mean, I think that would have been a plausible, but maybe not a satisfying resolution.
I like how they like in the trailers they'll show you bits that they cut out to make you think that's still in the show. So then you're like, oh, that's gonna happen, and then when it doesn't show up in the movie or the show, you're like, what happened to that?
Yeah.
So Marvel's always done that. They've even edited people out. Like they would show that in the trailer they had Loki fighting nobody, and then when you watch it, he's fighting Sylvie. So you're like, oh, they totally edited the heck out of this just so.
And then I guess is Kid Loki, was it the New Avengers? What's the group with Patriot?
Young Avengers.
Young Avengers. So is this the Kid Loki, I guess, the newest Young Avengers that we're introduced to? Because isn't he a part of that?
No, not that. He might have been like the Dark Young Avengers, maybe. Or something like that. He wasn't part of the Young Avengers, but there was a character.
Well, they might be now. Have you read them lately?
I mean, I remember seeing it in Wikipedia that he was part of it.
I know Sylvie. There's a form of Sylvie that's a Young Avenger,
and there's a form of Kang that's a Young Avenger too.
He's Iron Kid or Iron Lad or whatever.
Iron Lad.
Name I gave him.
All these aliens and their newfangled comic books.
Yeah,
I've got some of them, but I haven't read them. Young Avengers. My impression of the show is, or what I saw as the high points is, that I enjoyed all the different versions of Loki. I think they knocked it out of the park by having a guy in like the original traditional Loki outfit. I think the alligator Loki kind of stole the show a little bit. It's gonna. I want to see a Disney Plus show of Throg versus the alligator Loki, or at least a short. They're going to do it. I love the production value of the show. I like the just the little flashes of what we saw, like the technology and stuff in the backgrounds. Even the one TV screen, the monitor they kept looking at, I thought of anything I've seen in any Marvel movie was the most like Kirby-esque in design. So I was kind of,
Okay.
I got a little bit of fan service from that. But
What's next?
What If?
Ooh.
Starts in August.
But that's not really going to have an effect on the universe as a whole, then, though, is it?
Yes and no. I mean, with the multiverse being offering so many possibilities, these are alternate realities now. So one of the rumors I saw just this week is that Agent Carter is going to show up in like Doctor Strange in costume as Captain Carter from the What If TV show.
I thought she was the British Captain America. I guess that'd be Captain Britain.
I'm
still
guessing
show up. I mean, oh no!
In the trailer they released for What If this week, she said her name was Captain Carter. So
okay,
maybe.
But didn't she have like the Union Jack on her shield?
Something like that. Yeah.
Hey,
That
I
you
know.
can't do it then.
Huh?
You can't have that. Oh my goodness. No, yeah, the What If thing kind of seems. I'll probably watch it, but that's my least. I'm like, okay. I'm sure it's definitely got to have something to do with the. They said that you couldn't really watch like the Loki. You have to watch that. It really affects the Doctor Strange stuff.
Yeah. The events of Loki is definitely playing big into Doctor Strange and supposedly Spider-Man.
Yeah. Now we'll finally get a Spider-Man trailer since the timeline's all jacked up, right?
There you go. What non-MCU or variant MCU character do you want to see in a multiverse movie? Like out of all it could be any actor. Like
I can tell you who Jamie wants to see. Batman.
Brad Pitt.
What?
He said not an MCU character.
I meant like it's not like the it's not Tony. It's not Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. That's what I meant.
So
he wants anybody else to play Captain America.
Like they recast all the
Brad Pitt
Lokis. That we're saying, like with all the actors they recast as different Lokis, who would make a variant of a hero?
Out of any movie, anything except for other companies' movies.
I mean,
I've got an actor in mind, but I'm trying to figure out like what hero to put him in.
I know, right?
I just want to see Lou Ferrigno as Hulk. I'd love to see them do a CGI Lou Ferrigno Hulk. That'd be great. Or just have him painted green again, throw him out there. As I'd want to see. Get Reb Brown in there as Captain America with the helmet. That'd be interesting. I know there's talk of Tom Cruise as Iron Man.
No.
That was like a big joke.
I was going to say Denzel Washington is Iron Man.
Okay. Works.
Just so you can say, King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Mm-hmm. So they'd say that in that movie.
They said in Space Jam.
I'm thinking Clint Eastwood as Wolverine or something like that.
Like de-aged? That dude needs a puppeteering to make him move, man. Guy's old, man.
Well, I don't know. I'm just matching up actor with role here.
I like that though.
That's some old man. What do you like? You like Denzel Washington as Iron Man? Is that what you like?
How about Joe Pesci as Puck from the Alpha Flight?
I guess if they're gonna bring in Puck, you should know anybody they bring in is gonna be tourniquet. It's gonna be just like Taskmaster. It's like, well, we're not gonna use them any other time, so we'll just turn it into this person and just just
Well, that's
totally.
the thing. You can
crap
get
on
whoever
it.
you want to, since you're not going to use them again.
That's what I'm saying.
These days, they're putting out so many movies. They've got so many, in my opinion, a limited number of high-profile actors to put into these roles.
Well, some people are turning against it. Some actors are. Some actors are turning against the thing.
VV
Danny
says Danny
DeVito.
DeVito.
I would love that. Danny DeVito is anything. Just like, spitting out beer and stuff like he does, and no, it's funny.
That would
He
work.
would be great. Danny DeVito as Professor X would be even better. Who would you get? Hey, who's your Fantastic Four? Because I think that's what Loki really did, was unlock the Fantastic Four. I think if you look at stuff, you got Nathaniel Richards, who is Kang. That unlocks the Fantastic Four. Okay, because he's a descendant of the Fantastic Four.
Are we going to connect the dots and say that they're going to cast African Americans as the Fantastic Four?
You don't have to. You can, which would be fine, but you don't have to, because
really?
He's in the 31st century, I think.
Do you not remember the trouble after Michael B. Jordan being cast in the Fantastic Four? People lost their mind.
I think that's more because the movie sucked.
Yeah.
Like if it
was before the movie sucked.
Yeah, but if the movie had been great, people would have been like, they'd have done a U-turn.
Here's the thing: it was the fact that he was of color and she was a white girl, and they were supposed to be related. So that's kind of like, okay, try harder next time. That's the thing.
Go all in.
Personally, I don't mind. I thought he was probably one of the better choices out of all the actors. He was the best because he's a great actor, and so I didn't care about that. I used to I wanted to see Will Smith's family be the Fantastic Four. I said, do it. Just jump on
that. Would be funny. That would be good.
Just jump on that. But then, I don't know, Will Smith, he's got wild hair up his ass about certain things. So it's like, okay.
Well, they're all too old now.
Yeah.
Man, black don't crack.
They got crazy, man.
Have you seen Will Smith? Does he look 50 to you? Does Jada look 50?
Yeah, you're right.
That kid got crazy, man. Going to weddings in white Batman suits and stuff. I'm just like, okay, well.
I'll tell you.
I wish I was born with money in my hand. Gee whiz. But no, the Fantastic Four, I think Loki really sets up just busting walls down. We could have what they could do is present a bunch of people as different characters and then go, fans like this version, right? So you could have the Smith family doing Fantastic Four, or you could have the John Krasinski Fantastic Four. You can have them out there. And then like, oh no, this is going to be the main one because this is the ones the fans loved, right? You can do that. And I'm not going to yell about it. As long as you give me a good story in there to lead up to that. You don't race swap just to do it. Just give me like, okay, this is a good character. I like this. You know. That's my deal. Like if you would have came at me with like Black Captain America right away, like he's Steve Rogers and doom, then I'd be like, what WTF? But how they did it was logical. It's a logical transition because it's Sam Wilson. It's Steve Rogers, one of his best friends. It's perfect. It fit. It's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Gore, I know you're not really up on current topics, but they don't talk. They don't talk anymore.
When I'm talking pop culture, I'm not talking Kardashians and the Kanyes. I don't care about that stuff. But I don't know. I don't like. Some people were saying Doctor Doom was going to be the main bad guy of this. Here's another thing. So the Kang storyline, what we just got in Loki, could very well set up that he pruned the timeline that had the Fantastic Four. He cut them out. So maybe he didn't like. So they went on to be. He wanted to be born the way he was, so he just pruned Reed Richards' Fantastic Four business, right? I think now we're going to find that out. I think that might be something like, oh, you guys are meant to be a big deal, So who knows? Maybe it's going to be a time travel situation where that was what superhero was that? They did 2 of them. Like DC had a superhero and Marvel had a superhero that they said was at the formation, but then they got I know Sentry was one of them. Marvel had the Sentry, who he was like.
Were they?
He was like he was like in the beginning, but then something happened to where people forgot him.
Right.
And then DC had some dude that was basically a generic white guy, number 85, and they erased him too. So it's again DC and Marvel going, "Hey, we got this idea." At the same time.
Yeah. When he was going through like his whole origin story, I'm like, is he the Anti-Monitor? Or is it the Monitor? Because his story reminded me a lot of, DC origins of their universe. So,
yeah,
I have like a lot of Fantastic Four, especially through the Byrne run. So I've got like the appearance of Nathaniel Richards, the first appearance, and all that stuff. But I've never read it. I just haven't gotten around to it. So,
I just saw something. They could do a second season of Loki before Doctor Strange comes out.
I don't know if they will, though.
Yeah, I mean, it takes some time to produce it.
March.
When's Doctor Strange coming out? March of what?
2022.
Yeah, I don't think they. I don't know. It might be next year. I think it'll come out next year after it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be too focused on anything that's going to happen in Doctor Strange. I think it's going to, like, the second season will probably be like them dealing with the aftermath of it or something.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
I guess technically they're still outside of time too, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think you'll get more of the interaction between the 2 Lokis, the main one and the female one, and Mobius.
Now, is she going to be Groundhog Day, or is she going to be Back to the Future, where they're outside of that? That's what it is that they're outside the timeline they created now.
Mm-hmm.
So their old timeline's gone. So now they're living in the Biff Tannen world. So they're like, oh no, Biff Tannen rules,
Hey, that might go for all the Lokis though.
Well, yeah, they're at the end of time, so they weren't affected by that. And I'm telling you, old Loki's still alive, because he said when they first met, he was like, yeah, I faked my death, and that's what good Lokis do. So him doing that whole thing at the end before he got ate by the cloud, the fart monster.
The fart monster.
Yeah. He's going to be fine. He's coming back. There's no way you introduce that guy like that, and then he's going to be a bad guy too. I'm sure he'll be something. I think there's going to be a big Voltron, Loki Voltron merging. And yeah, they're gonna probably do something big with that. That'll be him fighting the big bad one day or something. There'll be a big creature, and then he forms together, and maybe that's, I don't know.
Ooh, and they can form the blazing sword.
Yeah, I don't mean there's gonna be like a.
I know.
I mean they're gonna merge their body. They're gonna Cronenberg together, and gonna be all Cronenberg like. My gosh.
I think we should all come up with our own Fantastic Four for next show.
Cast
in the Fantastic.
Yeah.
The Fantastic Cast.
Yeah.
All right.
An alternate version, of course.
Our top picks for the Fantastic
And
Four.
I won't just pick all black people, just so you, in case you're curious.
Oh, I figured. Can we cast? Do we have to cast only living people, or can it be all through time? Does it have to be now?
With the way we do things now, you can do it for whatever. So
yeah. How's this? This is what we'll do. Let's cast the Fantastic Four for the movie and the variants, our time variants. Okay. So you can do 3 picks of 4 if you wanted to, and then we can bring that back.
All right. Sounds good. Well, we'll bring in this this off the rails train into the station and wrap this show up. Off the rails completely. Actually, we did pretty good.
That's the usual time. We got the usual time of 2 hours. I didn't even show you my stickers that I've been making. Look at
Yeah, I
that.
saw that the other day. So I decided I'm going to start putting stickers on my laptop. So I have
I'm
to.
telling you, it's awesome.
Pretty cool.
I like them.
This is my thank you card. So what I'm doing now, not to plug my stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing packs of stickers, and then if you buy those packs, you get the special chase card of like the character no one wants, basically. But I'm doing it like the old trading card stickers, you know?
Yeah, very cool.
And I even got my my own emblem. It's called Stick 'em Up. That's gonna be my. You get stick 'em up. Get it? Get it?
Nice.
That's your brand.
I was gonna show you some stickers I got from Tim Barron, but you know you kicked me off your show. But no, so just to show you, it does work. The sticker does die cut. It is die cut, so you can take the sticker off and still have half of it. I figured it out.
Well, you know what I'm going to say. I'll take 2 brown hornets.
2 of them. Why not just 1? You need 2 of them?
Oh, no, 1's fine.
Okay.
I have a tendency to mess stuff up.
Okay. I need to, what was his sidekick?
Yeah, I couldn't think of him, but yeah, throw him in there too.
His butt like Bob or something. It was something just like it's not good.
I'll cover up the Dell logo with that one.
The Dell logo.
I got the one brown hornet I did has everybody on it.
That's cool.
I have that on my T Public page. Go to T Public. I just put up 5 new images, man. I also got this. This is actually 6 if you count the Thundar the Barbarian, which everybody should order.
They should. I love it.
They should. I'm telling you, 5 new ones. I got the Cthulhu's. I've been doing Cthulhu versions of famous covers. I did the giant Jamie.
Is that what that is with the squid, with the octopus coming out their nose?
Yeah, that's the Cthulhu heads.
Oh, okay.
So Jamie's sought after giant size X-Men #1. I did it just for him. I reproduced the cover and then I made everybody Cthulhu. I gave him the tentacles and everything. Let's see if I did a Neal Adams and I put Cthulhu.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Look at that giant. That's a sticker, man. That's giant.
Wow.
So I was printing them big just to show off my capabilities.
Nice feet.
Huh?
It's a nice feet.
That's all Neal Adams.
Oh,
I just
okay.
did
I was going to say Rob Liefeld can learn a thing or two.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, check that out. My Etsy page, my T Public page, they're all over the place.
Al's Pop Shop on both.
Yeah, yeah, you can check those out and
T Public.
And if you have any ideas, if you have any cool ideas, hit me up. I'm willing to steal those ideas and put them up for sale.
IG Alan Shell 76.
Yeah, I'll pop shop on those on Etsy and
Oh, you can send messages through Etsy and through the other thing.
Yeah.
No, but you can buy stuff.
He said hit me
Right
up.
now, I had my shown off the character from Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon up there and Dragon Ball Z artwork. I did him as like he was from Dragon Ball Z. They yanked it because I used the font, the Dragon Ball font.
Oh wow!
So they're like, whatever. I'll just put it up without it. Okay, but really set on had to give it the border, so I don't know.
Gotcha.
But then you can look down the street and there's like a billion people knocking it off of Jamie Hood. Anyway.
All right. We will sign off. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Ben Compton's still here. Gore Vidal. Almost called you Al Gore again.
Ooh,
Ranging,
That's cruel.
invented the internet. It's
Ranging
true. Gorman
Vigilantes might still be here. Second Street Marvel was here. Rob Boswell's always hanging out. Geek Aficionado. Hey, thanks everyone for joining us. We will see you in 2 weeks, hopefully with the total new rebrand, refresh, and get our eyebrows done. We're Faith, Family, Comic Books. We'll see you next time, guys.